Good morning, everybody. Matrix here, and here is my trade recap for February 13th. Um, I took a few good trades on ATVI today, but one of my main trades was trade number 2 here as I wrote ATVI up from $43 all the way up to almost 45. Okay, here is my P&L really quickly. Really doesn't matter what the P&L is. It's as long as I made the trades and the trades were good. That's all I'm focused upon. Here are my executions right here, and I'm gonna go through with them. It's basically 5 trades, but only the second trade was really good. I will go through all 5 trades though. Okay, so just move the market clock out of the way here. Okay, so let's get on with it. Every day at Trick Trades, we talk about intraday levels, and Trick teaches us how to mark out intraday levels, key levels of support and resistance. So in the morning, this is basically what I did. I prepped out all my intraday levels with purple lines, red lines, and brown lines, and all sorts of lines. ATVI was on my watch list last night as a long play, as long as it held 4250. Okay, I talked about the importance of the 4250 reclaim. They were an earnings reaction winner or earnings report winner. So in the pre-market, I saw the 4250 held, and then we had this little base here at the 4275. You know what? I might as well mark that off as well. I didn't mark it off, but I might as well mark it off. So this 4275 level was actually pretty key. Purple. I like pre-market levels with purple. At the open, you'll see the bubbles here that I mark off while I trade as well. This morning, I was really focused on trading using the tape and improving my skills, learning to read the tape. Okay, for those of you who don't know what the tape is, this is the time and sales. Okay, right here, as you see on my screen. It's right beside, I usually put it right beside my level 2. Okay, level 2 shows you buyers and sellers coming in where the orders are placed. But the tape, this is a true time indicator where executions happen. If I open it up a little bit more, you'll see on the tape, you got the pricing, you got how many shares was executed. You see in real time shares that's executed, and then you see the exchanges, the bid and ask. Okay, so the tape in itself is an indicator that is not a lagging indicator. It's real time. Okay, so for me personally, I wanted to focus on my skills in reading the tape. Hence, I put in these bubbles. These bubble areas is where on the tape where I see major battles happen between buyers and sellers. Okay, so if you have a platform that can do a replay of like Think or Swim or something, they do a rollback and a replay. If you do that on your own time and study these areas, you'll understand what I'm talking about and see how I made my trade decisions throughout the day just using the tape, level 2, and the thesis alone. Anyways, so let's get into the trades real quick. Trade number 1 was a dud. Let's pull it in. I shorted it at the open at 931. I covered real quick for a 16 cents loss at 931 again. It was a trade within 10 seconds, and I really quickly realized that I made a mistake, and I got out to take a small loss of like 32 bucks here, right at the open. Notice there's a bubble here. This is right out the open. There was a major battle going on, and I got out and reversed my position as I saw the tape telling me that buyers were stacking here at 931, and the thesis from last night's watch list was as long as it held the 4250, right? And on the pre-market, we did see that it was trading higher than 4250. The 43 level I was watching and eyeing down. This was a key psychological hold number as well, the 43. So trade one, my mistake, I took off right away. And once I saw bids stacking, I saw buyers in real time hammering it in, buying, 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 a lot of buying. So I got in as well on 200 shares at 43.01 on the same candle. And I had a very tight risk, okay, basically a little bit under here or a little bit under the pre-market lows, the 42.75s area right here as I was talking about. So I had a really tight risk, and my thesis was to run it back up to 44 at least. So I got in as it pushed at the $half mark at the 43.50s area. I saw the battle started again on the tape, so I paid myself half here, and then it pushed some more. I tried to pay myself right here as it reached 44, but my orders did not fill, and I wasn't able to pay myself half. And then it quickly got stuffed back into this area, and I was like, oh shit, I totally missed my sell. So from here, I was a little bit distraught as it came back up. I quickly took another half to protect my gains. Now I had a quarter size left, so I had 50 shares left from here. Unfortunate, right? I mean, this little miss here caused me to be a little emotional, and I took half right here. I could have booked my profits right here and locked in a lot more gains, but instead I took a 50-cent cut, and it is what it is. So as I was waiting, my entry price was still intact at 43.01, right? So I really had nothing to lose. I was just waiting and watching the tape, watching the battle plan out. It came up right back up to the 44 area, and it broke out. And this is where I saw sellers coming back in on a tape again, and I took another half off. This would leave me 1/8 of my position, and kept riding it up. And this is another mistake where I scared myself out. By this time, it was at $44.80. I know 45 is a key psychological whole number and a very key resistance area on the daily chart. Right here, as you can see on the daily chart, plot out 45 for you. It's right there, right? So that was a key resistance mark. And as it was coming into the 45, in the back of my mind, I know, okay, we're reaching key daily resistance here. And I saw the battle happening on the tape, and I scared myself out and took the rest of my positions off. I mean, in a sense, I could have milked it for another 40 cents, 30, 40 cents right here. Not even, like 20 cents, right? But it is what it is. This was a very good trade, in my opinion. I did make a mistake right here. I made another mistake right here. But live and learn, right? So I took my trade off here on trade number 2, and that was most of my gains. By that time, I was in a state of euphoria. With that said, I wanted to cool down a little bit. I saw that I was a little bit emotional. I was still watching the tape, and during this pullback, this is where I saw buyers coming in and stacking, and this is the 44.75 area. Okay, I saw it come down, reclaim, and then right here in this area, I saw that it wasn't selling off anymore. I saw a lot of 44.70 prints, and on this candle, when it broke out of 44.76, I basically bought in, and I bought in 50 shares, small size. Okay, my average was 44.77. Let's pull my execution here. And as it came back up, I saw, I quickly realized there was a double top right here, right? It's a quick double top. I did it again. I keep bringing down my execution window and hiding it behind my chart. So I saw a quick double top, and I saw this stuff candle, and I was looking at the tape, and there was a massive seller a hidden seller coming in at the 45 area. So I booked my profits as it was coming right back down. I recognized the double top and I took it right off at 44.80s. So basically just a 3-cent gain to cover my commissions, a scratch trade on trade number 3. Trade number 4, as it was coming down again, realizing that it was a double top and I saw this lower high once this snapped, and I saw there was a battle here. I remember there was a hidden seller around this area, or not a hidden seller, a big seller that kept hammering the tape down. I got short here at trade number 4, and 50 shares, 44.62 was my entry. It was coming down, and I marked off this 44.50s area. So as it was coming down and hitting the 44.50s, I saw the buyers coming back in from previously here, and I took it off because I'm thinking, okay, overall this chart is still bullish. Okay, this could be just a long pullback. Yes, we do have the double top and we do have the lower high, but to me it seemed like they're holding the 44.50s area. So I got out for a 10-cent gain. Another scratch trade, very little gains, covered my commissions, no big deal. And then this is where it happened, right? It confirmed the lower high and confirmed the downtrend as it snapped the VWAP. As it was coming back up, I still had a bullish bias on it, okay? I saw this 44 area, the 43.90s area. I saw a hidden buyer, or I saw buyers trying to hold this thing up. So I basically bought in here as it broke out of the 44. I tried to buy in as close as the 44.90s, right? My risk was very defined. My risk was a little bit under the 44.90s, where the seller would be buying in, right? So I bought in here at 44.60s, and I basically just held my ground. As it came up, I'm like, oh yay, it's coming and it's working, but it came up to the trend line, it got sold off. And once again, I realized that we had lower highs again. So lower high here, lower high in this area. It was following the trend line, lower high here. So as it was coming back up, I basically took the position off this lower high and took it all off for 20-cent gain, and it is what it is. Now, scrolling out of this chart, let's take a look at this pattern here. This double top was very key. Had you taken the short here, that would have been nice, or around this area, that would have been nice. But overall, we are still a little bit above the buyer's area. This was on the tape, it showed me buyers and sellers fighting it out right here. So I didn't take the short. As it came down, I guess around this area, I could have took the short, right? Because we had a double top, we had massive sellers here. We had a fight where the sellers won the battle. Right, I could have took it. Coming back up over here as it reclaimed the VWAP, and this uptrend line basically snapped the uptrend. This would have been a nice short right around this area. Looking at it in hindsight, right, I don't think there was any trades in this area right here. Let's mark that off. So it's very important to identify not only when to trade, but when not to trade, right? This was basically a chop city, a chop fest right here, a battle between the buyers and sellers. And it didn't pick a direction yet in and around the VWAP, and I shouldn't have took this trade number 5 here, in my opinion, now that I'm looking at it. But it is what it is. I made a mistake. I got lucky and booked a little bit profits out of it. Now, overall, the stock is trending lower. It snapped the uptrend, and it's now once again in chop city, holding a little bit under the 44 area. Okay, so let's take a look at the tape real quick and see what we can learn from the tape. So here's the tape. You see sellers and buyers fighting at this 43.90s area, right? We got sells here at the 43.88. We got buys at the 43.86. All right. You add 2 zeros to the end of these shares. So I would see this big stack right here at 43.84. Okay. So that's a seller. Okay. And then we got buyers and sellers fighting it out right here. And this is what I watch for, right? I see big stacks coming in, buyers at the 86, and then we got people buying above 86. And it's a big fight right now, and there is no trade, in my opinion, until either side wins. And then there will be a next leg up. So that's my recap. I know it's a little longer than usual. Let's bring in my P&L and my executions once again. Bring in the time. Okay. If you enjoy if you enjoyed my videos, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. If you have any questions, you can comment it to me in my YouTube channels. Check out the video links description below. I learned how to trade from Trick Trades. I am a member of Trick Trades chat room. There is Trick himself has changed my trading around immensely. A lot of the trades that I take, it's from his teachings, right? Come check us out. There's a discount link in my video description as well. And hope to see you guys all bright and learning tomorrow. Thanks. Ciao.